Uh, this is another live. I'm beside my truck, trying to hide from the sun. Uh, if the sun peaks over, then I'm gonna set up my tarp. I was trying not to set up my tarp over my truck, because I have it attached to where it attached on the back to be able to pull out. Anyway, so I was trying not to because later today I'm gonna be heading into town. It's the last day of the fair, and so I was going to head in and see what the grand finale was. So, I'll probably end up just going ahead and hooking up though, because it's a few hours and it's not that much trouble to be able to hook up and take down the tarp. So. Actually, wait, I don't really have viewers right now, so I might go ahead and do that. Hello to anyone watching. I am currently in Haines, Alaska. I was about to set up my tarp as a sunshade. So that'll take me a minute. Hey, K3TA. Is it just supposed to be Kate? Yeah, I just started about a minute and a half, something like that. I'm putting up the tarp to be able to block the sun until we have viewers. Make sure my license plate is good. Yeah, so just take a minute. This should hold up. Last. Oh, okay, so one of the parts here is torn out. So I just have to remove this hook that I put there. That should be fine. You know what's a ghost's favorite cereal? It's Boo Berry. It's Boo Berry. Where is it? I see. I see a little silhouette of a man. There we go. A second. Simply disconnected it onto the wrong one. Sounds like someone was here. This way. So if I take this corner and I roll it like so, it should keep that flap back. Once it's pulled tight. There. Yeah, more or less. There we go. So someone is here, so I'm gonna aim you all guys out towards the brown bear, who's back again. It's most likely why the people are here, is because they see the brown bear out there. Oh, this one's moving fast though. He actually looks darker than the last one. Sorry, fix my tripod. So I'm gonna set you all guys right here. And there we go. Yeah, he's darker than the last guy. Yeah, it's about as zoomed as I can get it. That's a different bear. Sorry, I was watching him instead of looking at the camera. Yeah, I hope this guy doesn't come straight towards my camp. Third day in a row that a brown bear has passed over the beach. I'm gonna have to be very quiet though instead of narrating this one because he's coming straight for me. Apologies, I had to go get something. He's just at the end of the beach. I can actually smell him. So the bear actually finds small crab, barnacles, and things of that nature. Shellfish, mainly. And if you notice, the crows are coming in behind him because he's turning things over. And they're coming through and eating the bugs. All the stuff that's a little bit small for him. I'm actually at someone's private property, not an RV park. And no, so far none of them have come too close. They mainly go along the beach. There's one that's been coming through every day doing pretty much this exact same thing. And they haven't bothered me at all. small crabs, barnacles, clams, that sort of thing. Pretty much anything that he can get in his mouth. He's getting further away. Yep, he's just doing his thing. This is about the same time of day that the other one came through. Right back. Oh, that's a rather nice view, isn't it? Kind of looks like a postcard. The clicking sound is when I'm moving my tripod. So long, Mr. Bear. Well, welcome to my live on YouTube. That's a pretty good way to start it, isn't it? So those sounds are actually seagulls, not eagles. Oh, that's the ocean. I don't swim in that. I am regretfully not currently at my island because I've had some delays here in Haines. And I actually discussed that in my last YouTube video. If you want to check that out, it kind of explains everything. Yes, I'll be making it to my island. I'm not going back to Washington until I do. So once my next paycheck comes in, I'm going to be picking up my fishing license. I had planned on picking it up in Ketchikan, but my timing has become a bit off. So I'm going to be picking it up here, and I'll be doing some lives while I fish, because I think that'd be cool. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Chaos. Hey, Eugene. Not much, just doing my thing. No, the mosquitoes haven't carried me away yet. They tried. There was a fleet of them coming after me yesterday, but thankfully I was able to manage. Actually, I'm staying in my truck. I think it's better to stay in my truck because it's a little bit safer feeling than a tent. I think I'd be a little bit more on edge in a tent, and I pretty much fit kind of sideways in my truck, so it's not like I have anyone to sleep beside, so I don't think it matters. I'm currently in Haines, Alaska. This is not my island. Appreciate that, Paul. Thank you. Living the dream. Hopefully it's a dream and not a nightmare. Yeah, that skiff's been out there fishing all day. Yes, I'm going to be going to my island. The update about that situation has, I put in a video here on YouTube. So if y'all want to go, you can check that out. I appreciate that, Tammy. Read my messages, Noah. It's no joke. I haven't seen your messages, so I might be blocking whatever you're trying to say. I actually had a dog, Freya. She is currently with my ex-wife. Actually, there were some eagles. They've nested up in that tree. They go down to the beach every day for a while. It's this like cute little couple. I call them Duke and Doreen. Groceries are kind of expensive up here. They always were. It's because of the price of shipping them up to Alaska. So. Yes, eagles are quite large. You're a builder. I do make things, yes. My day's not going too bad so far. I finished doing a live on TikTok about an hour ago. That one was with BAM. It was okay. It was about as good as a live with BAM gets. The temperature, it's probably in the 70s, low 70s. Pardon my manners. I'm sorry. You design muscle cars? Very cool. I'm actually in the process of rebuilding a 1977 Camaro. Hello, Spanner. Do I play any instruments? I mess around on a few, but nothing professionally. No moose hides. Am I going to eat a tomato? I ate all my tomatoes and haven't been back to town since, so regretfully not. Yes, my TikTok is the same name as my YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how to put links. How to put links in my YouTube, but I'm not sure how to do that. Still working on it. I'm kind of new to YouTube, so yeah. Okay, Octane Genius. It's not nice to make anyone cry, but I guess that's a thing. No luck with the moose hide. I haven't really been saying out and talking to many people. I just been doing my thing. I went to the fair yesterday. It was raining. That was nice. But yeah. My plans for the rest of the day. I figure I'm going to do some of these videos. And at some point I'm gonna head to the fair because it's the last day. Probably later in the day I'll head to the fair. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, it's 12. I'll probably go to the fair in a couple hours. Uh, See what's going on there. It's like I said, it's the last day, and then I'm going to set up my camp a little bit more. Uh, right now, the friend, sorry, I'm playing with the tripod. I'm so sorry. Right now, the friend who was letting me stay on their property is out of town. So while she's out of town, she's let me stay in one of the spots that she has cleared out where she usually stays, and she's told me that I can hook up to her power, which is very appreciated. I don't use much power; I just charge my cell phone and my truck battery. I'm having troubles with my truck battery. Anyway, so right now I'm not having to rely on the sun and my solar generators, which is the plan for when I get to the island, is to run on those permanently. Uh, I do have a backup generator, which is a gas generator just in case of emergencies, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I have it set up where when I get to the island, there is a stove, but the stove that is in the house on the island, I believe, is either a propane or electric. Either way, I don't think I'm going to be able to sufficiently use it, which is a shame. I actually don't have any plans to take propane out to the island. Eventually I will, blah, blah, blah. So, I have it set up to where I have a small 2-burner electric stove that Gabe gave me. It's a little electric camp stove. And I'm going to be running that little stove off of, that sounds like a cooking show. That should be an Alaskan cooking show, that little stove. It's good. I'm going to do that. Anyway, off of my solar generator. And I'm also taking a microwave, because we picked up a microwave to make it easier to heat things up for the kiddos. But since I'm alone, I decided to go ahead and take the microwave with me. And ironically, that microwave that I'm bringing can run off of my solar generator, which is outrageous. So cool. And I'm gonna take that out there and set it up. So, to kill that rabbit, which means to go back to where you started and finish what you're saying. I think today, once I get back from the fair, I'm gonna set up my little electric skillet, and I'm going to demonstrate how it can run solely off of my solar generator. Even though I have electricity that I can plug into over there, I'm still going to run it off my solar generator. Seed. In order to be able to demonstrate how I can use it. The problem is, however, all of my food that I had brought with for the island, because I figured I'd only be in Haines like 2 days was my plan. It's like just a weekend and then go. And then I was going to do that at every port. 2 days in Haines, 2 days in Ketchikan, 2 days in Prince of Wales. Just call it good. Well, my plans have changed slightly. And I kind of have set funds for funding for this. I have my gas fund, I have my food fund, I have my emergency lodging fund, and like my equipment, right? Like my fishing license, that's the name of the equipment fund. And everything pretty much got depleted when I was making it here to Alaska, because gas is so expensive, and I've prolonged being here too long, and I don't want to dip into my funds until I get my next paycheck. So I have to dig in to my supplies that were set for the time that I'm going to be on the island, because part of that time that I'm going to be on the island has been regretfully moved to being here in Haines. So I have to go ahead and enter my supplies, which I have ziplocked and vacuum sealed because to get to my island, I have to go from a skiff across a pretty good entrance in order to be able to get to my island. So I don't want anything getting wet because everything I brought is freeze dried. So I have to open all that up. And I didn't bring a vacuum to reseal anything because I figured I wasn't going to need to. I should have brought something small, like a camp vacuum for it or something. But, alas. So, see, finish answering the question, which has taken probably like 5 minutes to answer. Later today, after I get back from the fair, because I'm going to check it out on its last day, I'm going to set up my kitchen, and I'm going to do a little cooking with the supplies and everything that I had set for the island. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. I'm not sure if that should go into the gas fund or the fishing fund. I'm sorry, little fly. You shouldn't have bothered me. So Bear has a YouTube channel, and Bam is currently working on one as well. I don't give updates about anyone in my family. If you're looking for updates, you have to reach out to them directly. Oh, thank you, Daisy. That is very much appreciated. How could we ever hear Gabe's music? So Gabe's music is currently on his TikTok, I believe. But I'm trying to convince him to put some out on Spotify. Thank you, Eugene. For the fishing fund, definitely. That will be nice. It'll be a lot easier on the island because the porch of my house actually is right on the rocks, and at high tide, just the ocean's right there. So it should be nice. So next time I come to Alaska, it's going to be a dead set amount of time. It's going to be from the time school stops for summer break until the time school begins. So the same week that school ends, for my kiddos, I'll be taking them with me, and we will be taken off. And then we're going to be heading to the island and spending some time there. And we'll spend the entire time that they have off for summer break from school. Just my sons and I on an island, hunting and fishing and tying knots and learning the concertina and the whole bit. It will be awesome. No, I think the tide might have been higher because of the tsunami for a little bit, but that's about it. Thank you, Deb. Very appreciated. No, Gabe doesn't post a lot. He's super busy doing other things. So he doesn't really post much online. But if you look closely at his stuff, you can find quite a few of his songs that he does. He's pretty good. How old am I? Physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally? Because those are all different ages. If you want about just about physically, well, again, are we running off of mileage or chronologically speaking? Chronologically speaking, it's been 33 years since I took my first breath. Oh yeah, as soon as I'm able to get anything from here, I'm definitely gonna take all this and put it into the fishing fund. That'll be nice. How long have I been on Earth? Okay. Been on Earth, are we including from the moment of conception or the moment of first breath? Because technically I was still on Earth at the moment of conception. I was just inside of my mom. Or are you talking about when I was still two parts, part my mom and part my dad? Okay, then we would have to calculate how long it takes in order for a human male to generate sperm versus the egg, which was actually always there. So you can really get specific about this stuff. But my birthday is July 18th, and then the first one was on 33 years ago. I'm sorry, I have a very, very bad sense of humor. I'm too much. That's what she said. Thank you, Kai. Oh, I'm trying to fix that. You're sorry. You don't be sorry. I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. It's not a nice view. Minus the purple chair and the Starlink. SK, is that something that has been mentioned? Octane Genius, are you looking for me to like promote your car or something, or put pictures of it on my account or something? You can message me or something, and we can discuss it if that's what you're interested in. Mandy, that right there is that should get me to my fishing license. Thank you. That is outrageous. That is like, whoa. Like that right there would be the fishing license if YouTube didn't take like 50% of everything. I think that'll be it. Dang. Now whenever TikTok pays out, I can go get the fishing license and we'll be sitting here like this off in the ocean is fishing. Hell yeah. That'll be nice. That'll be cool. Thank you, Mandy. That is outrageous. Yep, TikTok takes about 50%. It's up there. Is it like 50 or 40 or something like that? It's high. That is outrageous. Tell you about my cabin. Well, on my island, I have a small octagonal house on my island. It is a has a living room that is also part of a kitchen, like a little kitchenette type thing, and it has a bathroom and one bedroom. And it's nice. It has a nice wood fire stove, and it's it's peaceful. It's a wraparound deck overlooking the ocean. Uh, it's has a nice little gravel part on the beach, and then a tidal flat, and it's cool. Y'all guys will love it. Yes, I'll be going to the island as soon as I can. Still collecting bottle caps. Regretfully, no one really uses bottle caps anymore. It's been a long time, but I still have my collection of bottle caps. So I definitely do, Octane. I definitely do respect creativity and ingenuity. Your invention alerts you when you get a bite on the line. Okay, nice. Is that kind of like the bobber or a bell in the bobber or the fact that the pole goes? The backdrop is nice, isn't it? And no, it's not green screen. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to my island. It's just... Oh, that is very much appreciated, TMM. That, that's definitely a way to keep you two from getting a part of it. Thank you. Dang, Pam. Thank you. That's gas in the tank and should get me the rest of the way to the fishing license. I think I'm probably over the point that I need for the fishing license. But that might be a quarter of the way to the hunting license. Yes, I'm planning on getting some deer while I'm on my land. Yes, I'm sorry, Tony, you missed the brown bear. There was a brown bear on the beach this morning. It was like the first 10 minutes of my live today was a brown bear on the beach. How many followers? I'm not sure how many followers I have, but people viewing the live, if that's what you mean, we're at 211. So I could give you an in-depth answer, SK, about the differences between a brown bear and a grizzly bear, but I usually end up going on a rant. Yes, Starlink. Short answer is no. Brown bear and a grizzly bear, though genetically they're the same thing, the same species, technically they're different due to geological location and diet. Oh no, bears definitely swim over to my island. There's a lot of berries on the island, like a lot, and the bears will swim over to get them. I do, Loco. I do. I'm trying to focus on being content in every moment. Any reason you deleted your latest video? I was excited to watch it. Alright, so I had some issues with it. And I had to edit some bits of it and repost it. Should be posting right now. It takes like an hour for those videos to actually upload to YouTube. So I had filmed around the fair, and I had filmed some live performances that were going on, but a couple of the live performances I filmed too much of and was hit with a copyright thing. So I had to delete and re-edit my video to be able to upload it again, to be able to properly upload it. Swimming bears are your nightmare? I can probably give you a worse nightmare. I seriously doubt that the normal person could guess what the main predator is of moose. The moose's top natural predator. I seriously doubt people could expect that. And it's the stuff of nightmares. So, no, I have 2 children. I have 2 sons, Elijah and Adam. How long did it take to get through the border crossing? All right, so crossing into Canada, that took me about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, just because I had the wrong paperwork, but they were so nice. They sat there and like, okay, here's the right stuff, fill it out. And then they're like, wait, I'll do it. Takes the paperwork, takes the stuff I had filled out, all my information, puts it on the new one. It's like, here you go. Then they had to go and check my truck. They didn't take out all the totes and stuff, which was cool. It was nice of them because I had like everything tied up and all. But they wanted to check my firearms case, make sure I had the ammo separate. So it took about 45 minutes to an hour to get through. It just because of how long it takes to do their job, which is very much appreciated. And then to get back into America, when I came into Alaska, it was a single person. I had a stopping post, and he walks out, stands there, and he's like, "Okay, anything to declare?" I'm an American citizen. Here's my paper. Here's my ID. This is the stuff the Canadians gave me. He sits there and looks at it, glances at the ID, unfolds the paper. He's like, "Did you bring anything?" I'm like, "I didn't bring anything back from Canada except for these mug root beer and these things of ketchup chips." And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "You still have all your weapons?" I'm like, "Yes, I still have this, 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 and this." And he's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Do you need to see him?" He's like, "No, no, you're good. Go ahead." And he stops and he's like, "Actually, one last question." I'm like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm gonna be detained." And he's like, "What's your purpose for being here?" I'm like, "Well, I have a piece of island down in Alaska, further south, and I'm currently going through a divorce, and I figured it was the best time to head down to get my island fixed up, so I take my boys with me." And immediately he sits there and is like, hands me my paperwork, gets his on his face, and it's like, "Divorce sucks, doesn't it? I'm so sorry. You can go right ahead." That's it. So it's like the Canadians going in, super nice. The American when I was coming back, super nice. Of course, the guy was an Alaskan, so that goes without saying. I like ketchup and I like potatoes, but I'm not a fan of the ketchup chips. I guess they have more of a too much of a vinegary taste for me. Oh, pardon my manners. No, it wasn't bad at all. It took longer going into Canada than it did coming back into America. Divorce happens. It's just one of those things. Uh, if you never get married, you if if you never get married, you never get divorced. True, true. If you never open your eyes, you don't have to worry about getting a dirt in them. If you never eat cake, you don't have to worry about getting crumbs in your beard. If you never eat ice cream, you don't have to worry about getting an ice cream headache. The sweetest of things in the world come with the greatest risks and rewards. Yo, bro, that was dumb. Gotcha. Did he get him? He might have escaped through my hair like a tunnel. Yo, bro, that was dumb. I didn't think it was dumb, but to each their own. Oh, okay, you were saying the other person. My apologies. Divorce is tough. So far, everyone that has found out that I was getting divorced has said the exact same thing. I mean, exact same thing. And it's all you can say. They're like, "Yeah, divorce sucks." And it does. That's it. That's all there's to it. Yeah, it's oh. Hello, Mayhem from Ontario, Canada. I don't know why I said it like the like Laszlo from What We Do in the Shadows, but that was funny. It is what it is. Uh yeah. Bad things happen. It's life, right? Uh I do wish I do wish that I had have had this new outlook on things when I was much younger. I believe that the most honorable pursuit is the pursuit of contentment, because everything else comes and goes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna remain single. I don't know. I don't have any plans either way. I know I'm not gonna be looking for any kind of real or steady relationship for a good long time. Uh, I'm like, look at me. I'm like 45 pounds overweight. So, yeah, yeah. I'm a firm believer that as long as you Do your best. Try your hardest. Even if things don't work out, then there's nothing to regret. Because if it was within your power to achieve, maintain, or gain, you would have. So if you do your best, try your hardest, it is either meant to be or not. No chance of reconciliation. And in case Mandy is still watching, I do want to say thank you for that donation that you sent, Mandy. It is very appreciated, and I'm very excited to get my fishing license. And Pam, your donation as well. That gets me like halfway to my hunting license. So if I'm gonna be here, I might go ahead and pick up my hunting license, and then be able to hunt when I get to Prince of Wales. Cause who do they have some deer? Sorry, I'm just thinking to a song in my head. Time to get back to the uber confident man that you were again. I think, I don't think that confidence is important. Hear me out. I believe that what people classify as confidence versus arrogance. Confidence is believing that you are good, right? It's believing that you're, I don't know, what would be a good phrase for it? Confidence would be believing that you're enough. Arrogance is what people classify someone who is confident, yet they don't deem them as enough. So sometimes confident people are listed as arrogant because no one else sees it, and you don't care. I believe in realism, in knowing the actual bit. I can say without a doubt, my cheeks are too red because I have a sunburn. My beard needs to be trimmed, about 45 pounds overweight. You can't be better unless you can critique to get to better. So, not confident, not arrogant, just seeing reality for what it is. If I'm not where I want to be, why would I expect anyone else to be happy with me? So, someone's insane. Thank you, Lori Thompson. That's very appreciated. That's gonna go to my hunting license. Or the gas tank, depending which one needs it first. Gas is so expensive. Here in Haines, it's like, I think it was $4.75 or something, or $4.95. I know it went up since I got here. It's outrageous. It's very much appreciated. That's like, that is outrageous. I took a screenshot of that one. That's cool. Oh, the hunting license is $160. Okay, darn. You know, the flies are not as fast here as I remember, or I've gotten quicker. I'm going live. I'm going live because, one, it's cool to be able to interact with y'all guys. It is cool to be able to bring the attention to my channel because that's what I'm trying to do, is post more on YouTube as opposed to everywhere else, because I prefer it as a platform. And I'm going to address that one. Are you freaking out about $20? No, Scott, I'm not freaking out about the $20 that Lori sent me. I'm freaking out about the generosity and kindness behind it. It's irrelevant what it is. It's about the appreciation. And I'm guessing, Scott, that you don't say thank you to people. I thank my servers every time. I thank people that are helping me every time. If a waiter or a waitress brings me food, I say thank you. Is it their job to do it? Yes, it is. Do I pay them money to do it? Yes, I do. But I still appreciate the effort that they take to do it. I even send my regards to chefs. It is not about what was sent. It's about the kindness, the compassion, and the thought behind it. And I know it's one of those cliches. People are like, oh, it's the thought that counts when it comes to like gifts, like birthdays and Christmases and stuff. But I would instead, if I had to choose, I'm trying to think exactly how to phrase this. If it came down to it, that someone gave me the keys to a Lamborghini, it's like, here, this is your car. That'd be appreciated, very appreciated, because I know the effort it took for them to amass the amount of money it takes in order to be able to give away a Lamborghini. However, if a child, either my kid or a kid that watched the show and loves Alaska and the show comes up and is like, I heard it was your birthday, and hands me a card and is like, I love you, and walks away, that's appreciated more, because it's not about the cost, it's about the essence behind the gift. There's no gift in the world that could outmatch Eli or Adam walking up to me and saying, I love you, Daddy. None whatsoever more value than anything else in the world. So no, it's not about $20. It's about the appreciation. And apparently the rant. And it's appreciated, Eugene and Lori and Pam and Mandy and everyone else that has sent something. It's appreciated. It is. And John. Hi, Noah. Do you have plans for getting back into shape? You mentioned 45 pounds. Well, John, for starters, I would like to say that pear is a shape. I'm trying to stick to a restrictive diet and be active. The landlord, not landlord, the lady that owns the property, her dad is still in town and is looking after a dog. So the other day I asked if he needed help looking after the dog. He said that he did. He's an older gentleman. And so I took the dog for a run. It's a young pup. It has to be less than a year. And took it for a run. Whew. It took a bit to wear that thing out, but I think I wore out first, but I've more like stick to itness. But I went for a jog with that, and I'm just trying to stay in shape, walking, restricting how much food I eat. I mean, I don't do a great job at the whole dieting thing, but I do my best. I'm cutting down my portion sizes. I'm telling how often I eat my meals. One of the big things, pardon me, that I'm doing is sticking to a sardine diet. Instead of like eating a big breakfast, dinner, and lunch, I'll eat one main meal and then small meals throughout the day, which is usually about a can of sardines. Aw, thank you. Ooh, Rosina? Is that Rosie? Ooh, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. I'm sorry. Rosina Desperes, I think. I apologize if I mispronounced it. Apologies. I had to expel some demons. Whew. Sometimes I'll sneeze so hard I think I had to dislodge something in my neck. Yes, because of the fair, I splurged on a fried pie. Actually, I heard that marijuana was legal here, supposedly, but I don't do that sort of thing. I don't look down on anyone that does, it's just not my thing. I prefer sardines and tomato juice. But if I had to choose oil or water, I would go oil, especially if it was like an olive oil, which is some. I have a little tote full of them. Uh, yeah, I usually sneeze rather forcefully. My sons are 6 and 3. Raw fish, I'm out. No, sardines are cooked. They're not raw. Cherry. I had a cherry fried pie. Actually, I'm careful when I sneeze, because of my record is 26 sneezes, just like those I sneezed a second ago. If I turn too far to the side, it hurts. So I have to sneeze as straight on as possible so I don't pull anything. I have a couple in Louisiana hot sauce. They're not bad. I prefer them with crackers. Nope, nope. My record is 26 sneezes in a row. I actually don't need to blow my nose. The sneeze dislodged something in my neck, so I just need a moment for my trachea to get back in position. You with those sad eyes, don't be unhappy. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people, and you can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you can make you feel so small. I'm the only one in my family that sneezes like I do. Like the only one. No, I don't do drugs of any kind. Nope. Hmm. Your kid sneezes like that, but he has asthma? That's strange. I do not have asthma as far as I know. Thankfully. Because yeah, that can be tough. Actually, there was a brown bear on the beach this morning. Oh, thank you, John. Hello, John and Bobby. I'm glad that y'all guys like the show. That's cool. Get some tissues on me. Thanks, Eugene. That's funny. You, you sent $5 just for a joke. That is hilarious. I hope I go far with the channel. That'd be nice. I'd way rather do YouTube as opposed to TikTok. I don't know. For the most part, people here are a lot nicer than people on TikTok. I know. I'm so looking forward to getting to the island. So, John asked me to do a shout out for he and Bobby. So hello, John and Bobby. And I actually wanted to say, uh, my best friend's name was Bobby. She spelled it the exact same. She passed away uh, about 9 years ago, I think. 9 years ago. She was in her 20s. Yeah. Yeah. She had never been to Alaska and was actually the planning to come up and visit. Was gonna like stay with me in Alaska for a while I showed her around. Uh, and she was actually from California, and so I'd say goodbye to her. I was in California with the family and everything, doing medical stuff for my dad, and I said goodbye to her. And next morning, I got on the plane. She worked night shifts. Went up to Alaska. That night, I went to bed, and she was gonna come up that following week, 4 days. And I got the call that morning that she had passed away in her sleep. The last entry in her diary was about me, uh, and apparently so was a good portion of it. So yeah, it's a little known fact that I only bring up because of John and Bobby. Yeah, TikTok is kind of hostile, I think. It's definitely not a good place. Noah, what's your favorite wild game to eat? Ooh, I don't know. That's a hard one. I think I would just be be happy with whatever. I think. I'm not sure if you classify like seafood as game. I don't know if you do. I don't think that you do, but I do like crab. Crab's good. First few projects for the island. Well, first off is just cleaning it up, making the house livable, making it nice and clean, and tidy, and then work my way outwards from it. Yes, there's a small house on the island. No, I don't eat livers. I know that if I was like the Jeepers Creepers creature, I'd eat a liver. That way I'd fix mine, but not really, not a fan. Bam made me liver and onions. It was good. It was liver, onions, and rice or something. Not really my thing. Yeah, there's an open invitation for siblings to help me and come out and visit the island while I'm there. There is not an invitation for them to stay there while I'm not, but if they want to come out and visit, that'd be awesome. So I'm not a fan of liver, but I'm was also raised by two Texans, so you don't really decline when someone hands you food. You say thank you, you eat it, and then if they offer seconds, you accept and eat that and suffer in silence. It's called being polite. No, it is not easy to get things, people, or supplies to the island, like at all. Hello, Kai. No, I would not let my family stay on the island if I wasn't there. there isn't enough acreage on the island to take down trees, shrubs, or anything like that. Every tree taken down from the island is a tree that you're not going to get back for a very long time. And I'm very specific about my plans for the island. So basically, I'm going to turn it into uh, basically a big yard or a park. I'm going to manicure every inch of the island. Uh, so no, I wouldn't let anyone stay on the island without me there. Yes, I actually have a larger boat that I'll be shipping up next year in order to be able to do more moving around. Uh, I do need to get a dock put into my island, so that would be nice. Hello, Stefan. A couple people recognized me at the fair, but the coolest part was when people at the fair recognized me for having lived here. I actually had a couple people come up and be like, "You wouldn't by chance be related to Bill Brown, would you?" And I'm like, "I am. I'm Noah. Bill Brown's my son." And I started to be like, "Yeah, we lived at Mosquito Lake." And they butt in. They're like, "Yeah, you were part of the big family out Mosquito Lake." And I'm like, "Exactly." So that was really the coolest time of being recognized. So first part to building a dock is getting permits. Permits for building a dock is it's kind of expensive, so it'll take some time. But for most of the stuff on my island, I'm not rushing to do any of it. I'm just gonna start doing projects and finish them as I can afford to and as I can do them. Yep, I'm going to be doing video journals the entire way and also on my island. Mosquito Lake's like 10 minutes from you? Very cool. Do I like being recognized for being famous? Uh, I like the joy that people get out of it. Something that was cool was yesterday I went to the fair to grab a hot dog. I like chili dogs. I know, diet. And I went and it was pouring down rain. And everyone was huddled underneath the awning over the main stage because they have benches for the stage and it was like performing and whatnot. And no one was at the picnic area by all the food vendors. It was completely empty. So I'm just like, okay. And then I grab my chili dog and I just sit down and it's pouring down rain. It just felt so good. Just pouring down, right? To the point where my little bag of chips is starting to fill up with water, so I have to turn it to the side so it's like it doesn't get in. Uh and my bread was starting to get a little soggy. And I sat there enjoying it. I was enjoying the live music, just sitting there, it's just pouring down rain. I had a migraine, so I had my sunglasses on, and it was just running down them, and it was so nice. And I sat there with a knife and fork and ate my hot dog, my chili dog, and this guy comes up. And he's like wearing his coat and stuff, and he's like, "Hi, I'm sorry, my name is such and such. I work for the newspaper here in town doing stuff for the fair. Can I take a picture of you eating a hot dog in the rain?" I'm like, "Why do you want to take a picture of me?" He's like, "You just in the rain eating a hot dog. It looks cool. Can I take a picture?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he sat there and took some pictures. It was so funny, but it was cool because he didn't want a picture because he recognized me off of the show. He wanted pictures because I was some guy sitting in the rain eating a chili dog. And I thought that was so funny and so cool. I'm currently in Haines, Alaska. Nice mountains. No, I don't have the integrity. It was never mine, never my thing, and I don't know what ever happened to it. I believe last I heard, it was sold to a family that still has it. I think. How long did the drive take? The drive from Orville, Washington to Haines, Alaska is 1,575 miles. I know that because I started a trip timer. It took me 2 days. I wish it took longer, especially knowing how much time I have here in Haines. I really wish it had taken longer because I should have slowed down and enjoyed the scenery more than I did. I've been delayed here in Haines. I'm going to be going to my island as soon as I get a chance. So, do y'all guys prefer this orientation for the camera, or where is that? Maybe I can't change the orientation anymore. There was a way to do it yesterday. Orientation is locked. Rotate back. Well, maybe it won't let me. Never mind. Yeah, I thought there was a way to change the orientation of the screen. Oh well. Oh. Your son's name is Japheth. That's funny. Is the dad's name Noah? Because that would be hilarious. You have to start in landscape mode. Okay. Thank you. That makes sense. So it was more expensive to do the ferry up from Bellingham, and I decided I wanted to come to Haines to see it because it's been so long. So I decided to drive, and my dad always wanted to drive from Washington to Alaska, something I always wanted to do, and I decided to complete that. No, it's your favorite Bible story. Okay. Okay. Well, if you have two more kids, you could always name them Shim and Ham. Your daughter was a radio host in Juneau? Very cool. I was born in Juneau, actually. Hello to Colorado. No, it's not my island. I'm still in Juneau. Ooh, that would be a very long trip. From Texas to California and then up. That would be a pretty good long trip. Actually, Brad, there was a bear on the beach when I started this live. I'm not sure of the name of the mountains. Not sure. Have I ever seen anything in the bush that I couldn't explain? I've seen a few things, but I don't think anyone really wants to hear that type of story. I've been live for an hour and 20 minutes. Before that, I was on a live on TikTok for an hour. I'm sleeping in my truck. I think a super chat is when someone sends a donation along with a message. Am I homosexual? No. No. I'm heterosexual. I only like females. I had 300 people for a minute. Oh, I think it's the most I've had on one of these. On TikTok, I get significantly more, but I don't really have a big following here on YouTube yet, which is a shame. I wish I could just swap my following from TikTok over to YouTube. That'd be nice, because I have 601,000 followers on TikTok, and I think I only have like 15,000 here. So it's okay. Yeah, someone asked me about my sexuality. Clearly he was interested, so he asked, but I'm flattered. However, no, I only like women. Which siblings do I still keep in contact with? I literally just did a live on TikTok with Bam. About 5 minutes before that, I was on the phone with Bear, and last night I was on the phone with Gabe. So, yeah. Aw, thank you, just experience. I appreciate that. I have a great sense of humor. Uh, I have some sort of sense of humor. It looked like that bird flew in my ear and out the other. That's funny. I've gone live on Instagram a little bit. I think I only had like 4 people watching. Oh, pardon me. It was just very slow. Yes, I had a pet dog before the divorce, and I have a pet scorpion. I used to have a pet scorpion named Amadeus. Sorry, Star. Sorry about that. I do currently still own my horse. However, you can't really have a horse in an apartment, so it is up at my ex-wife's house, and I'm gonna sell it. No, Don, I do not. I wish him nothing but the best, but no, I don't. So if you, Logie, if you were to donate $50 on here, I'd probably get about 25 or 20 of it. So YouTube, having to figure out which one I'm on, YouTube takes about 45 to 50%, but Cash App is 100%. And my Cash App is the same name as all my social medias. It's Noah_DC_Brown. I also have PayPal, yes. I've been told that I need to start a Patreon, but I'm not exactly sure what that is. I need to look it up. I believe in doing research before committing, so I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, YouTube takes a pretty good amount. I haven't seen it personally, but what I've heard. Hello, Jamie. Exactly. Exactly, Michelle, and that's very appreciated. What does the DC represent? DC is my middle name. Uh, my middle name is Dark Cloud, which is funny because DC is also like Discovery Channel and DC Comics, which is Detective Comics. But my middle name is Dark Cloud. Do I miss Mr. Cupcake? I do. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you for taking us on your journey with you. Your dad would be so proud of you. I appreciate that, Tracy. Yeah. I will admit, after my dad passed away, I spent a lot of time trying to do whatever I thought would make him proud, and then I realized that that was defeating the purpose. That my dad's thing was always he was always about wanting us to find individual happiness in whatever we did. As long as we were happy and content with something, so was he. And the best thing, did I say Dark Cloud? Yes. Yes, my middle name is Dark Cloud. Uh, and the best thing that my dad liked, uh, he liked when we made our own path, no matter where it took us. Susan, can you post it for Noah? I'm sorry, did I miss something? Who is Susan? Oh, Susan Hampton? Okay. Why is your middle name Dark Cloud? Because my parents were hippies. That's why. Yeah, John, that was kind of my thing. Getting something broken that no one else wanted and fixing it, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Do businesses close early? No, around the same time as everything else. Uh, Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn the light on. Dumbledore. Oh, from Harry Potter. Okay. Yeah, my parents were definitely hippies. Yeah, it's definitely cool. Paperboy. I like. Oh, one. I don't like the lounge. This looks awful. Uh, but I like to lean back. I wish my seat was more like this. This is like good tilt. I'm doing okay. I'm hitting in there. Yeah, I like to be able to hop on, do lives, interact with people because it's. I don't know. It's y'all guys have been a part of. No, we've been a part of y'all's life for 11 years. So it's nice to be able to do these lives to where y'all are part of my life now. Unlike this fly, it's dead. If that makes sense. Yep, 11 years, 14 seasons. So, uh, you killed it, you're supposed to eat it. My dad had certain views on that. Uh, it, I believe it was more about the impact that the animal that you have taken would have on the environment versus if you should eat it. Uh, that's when I just saw a little spider that was like running across the moss, and he's like jumping from leaf to leaf. It was like he's playing, like skipping. That was so cool. That was so cool. Uh, no, there is no mail service to the island. Do I play any instruments? Maybe a vocalist. Vocalism isn't an instrument, I don't think. Uh, but no, I mess around on a couple instruments, but I don't play anything professionally. What's the worst thing I've ever eaten? What do you mean by worst? I know what the tastiest thing I've ever eaten was, but what do you mean by worst thing? Do you mean like hardest to kill, hardest to butcher, seasoned awful? used to play accordion. That's cool. I have a concertina in one of my uh, totes that I'm taking to the island. I'm learning. I have a couple books about the concertina that I've taken because I want to learn. And I have this song I keep hearing in my head that is on the concertina. And I'm not exactly sure where it comes from, but I need to figure out how to play it. So I thought it'd be cool to be able to sit on the porch of my own island and sit there and play in the concertina. Like maybe like the music will make it across the bay in the wind and people will hear it. No, the guy that owns the homestead said that I couldn't visit while I'm here. I was thinking about reaching out again to see if maybe he changed his mind because I'm gonna be here so long. Because that'd be really cool. It's like really cool. No, I've never eaten worms. I have never had snake or anything like that. However, if oh, well, that was while I was married. So my ex-wife always said that if I was able to get a 6 foot long rattlesnake, that she would cook it up for me. But I'm no longer married, so I seriously doubt that offer is still on the table. Have I ever seen a Bigfoot? Seen some pretty big feet. My, I guess now ex brother-in-law, had like size 11 feet, so I've seen some pretty big feet. Yeah, his logger boots were like this. The guy's like 6 foot. I think he's like 6'6" or something, 6'5". He's a cool dude. How tall am I? Tall enough. One of your boys wears a 13 and a half. Whew. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting my property. I'm kind of feel like I'm just in a holding pattern here. And I feel like I've been here forever, even though I just got a notification that I left Washington a week ago. So I've not been here very long at all. So I don't know. Have I ever built a sauna? No. Maybe? No, I don't think so. I actually have 2 trail cams that I'm going to be taking with to the island to be able to catch whatever I can. Okay, Tracy, have a good one, and thank you again. I had an issue with my loose cannon is a jerk. Hmm. I had an issue with my ticket, so I had to reschedule for a later date. I hope that they're not making rude comments to y'all guys, because that's not cool. Yes, Kevin, I was just playing around. I don't think that there is conclusive evidence to indicate one way or the other whether or not there is such thing as Sasquatch or Bigfoot. But I will state that we are literally finding new species of animals every day in the Amazon and in the ocean. So trying to say that we know everything that is everywhere is arrogant. I actually haven't asked for money once in this entire life. So, yeah. But I appreciate you letting me know, Eugene. Yeah, I was able to get it running this morning. It barely started. I'm not sure what's going on. It's just, I'm kind of concerned when I get further out, not somewhere with steady power like here. Technically, anything that's in the sky that is flying around and you don't know what it is classifies as a UFO, which is an unidentified flying object. Uh, so technically, if there is a bird flying off in that distance and you can't identify exactly what kind of bird it is, it might actually be classified as a UFO. Uh, what you're referring to, I believe, would be a UFV, which is an unidentified flying vehicle, which is like spaceships and stuff like that. And the answer is no. Yeah, I'm surprised. So back when I had 150 people watching, I now have 300, sorry, 299 watching. I think that it is the higher percentage of people watching, the higher amount of people watching increases the percentage of haters versus fans, I think is the issue. How much is a Starlink? Starlink has different plans. They're monthly, and they have different monthly plans. The setup for it originally is a little bit expensive. I think they're like, depending on what you get, it's like 500 to 700. And then the account varies in price due to what type of service you request. In the long run, it's cheaper than like HughesNet or stuff like that. Oh, sorry. I've never been to the East Coast, no. Okay, I just saw Loose Cannon for the first time, but he said, thanks, Susan. Uh, so is Loose Cannon the one that's being rude to Susan? Well, being rude to me isn't as much of a problem. I just don't allow people to be rude to y'all guys. I'm on a phone. Well, I should check my battery percentage. I am at 18%, so I'm gonna have to move to my charging port. So regretfully, we're gonna lose the good view. And I hope that the sun doesn't get me in my car seat. Car seat, my chair. Driver's seat, that's the word. In my car seat. I feel like a toddler. Not that we had those in the 90s. But still. I forgot my water. Yeah, at least I can lean back, kind of. Let's see, where did I put? Let's see, the cards. Sorry. You don't have to be the moderator if you don't want to, Susan. If you want, Susan, I can take you off being moderator. It's okay. I do appreciate you doing it, but I'm not going to have someone do something they don't enjoy. I hope that it's not my alternator. I put a new one in it a couple years ago. So I guess it could be the alternator. I feel like I should start it up and try to see if it starts. I'm gonna try to start it and see if it goes. Nope. Completely dead. My truck is completely and utterly dead. Well, I'm gonna need to charge that.
Cool, that is like so dead, I'm gonna stop.
Okay, I'm gonna hook up the battery charger. Come on, y'all can hold the cable for me. Oh, I forgot to put it on. I'm hoping it's not my alternator, because I do not have the tools to change that. No, I don't have anything plugged in. I didn't even plug in my phone to it. I've been using my solar charger. Sorry to prop you guys up while I do this. Oh, might as well charge my solar generator and get the battery charger going. So I have a battery that I'm taking as a backup battery for my skiff. I have a little electric, hold up. I have a little electric motor for a kicker for my little skiff. A second. So I have a battery for that. It's kind of a heavy-duty boat battery. I'm not sure if I should put that in my truck. It might not matter. But anyway. So that's why I brought a charger. Now, I'm really glad I did. Yeah, I've been on for a while. I need to make sure that my video uploaded properly here on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's my battery or my alternator. I hope it's not the alternator. That was weird. My live just blipped. Alright, so I'm gonna get going. My battery's gonna take a while to charge, so I'm gonna get my video done and get a little bit of this done. Yeah. Okay. This was fun. I enjoyed hanging out with y'all guys. Hour and 45 minutes, not bad. So see y'all guys next time. If you're not following, be sure to hit the follow, subscribe button so that y'all get notified when I'm on next time. Alright, take it easy, guys.